All right, y'all, we back in the kitchen. I'm about to make a pasta y'all ain't never heard of. It's called pasta alla cecina, pasta alla norcina. Let's get in the kitchen, let's get this started. Now this is the ingredients that this pasta calls for. It's a very simple pasta. I just discovered this from a channel called Mr. Make It Happen on YouTube. He's a popular YouTube chef who makes really good food, and yeah, I love his energy and his vibes. And I just decided that I wanted to go ahead and try this. But this is a pork-based pasta, but I'm not eating pork anymore, so instead we're gonna do ground beef, and I decided I'm gonna go ahead and add some ground chicken to mine as well. But he uses dried white wine. He added black truffle on his to finish it off, so that's what I'm gonna do. Use rigatoni pasta and all the other ingredients, so yeah. All right, so in a pretty good sized skillet, we're gonna melt us a little bit of butter. We're gonna cook the ground beef first, and then we're gonna do the ground chicken. So we're gonna add our 1 pound of ground beef, and we're going to smash it down into the skillet so that we can give it surface area contact, so that we can develop a crust. It's gonna add a better texture, more flavor to this. This is something I learned from Mr. Make It Happen. I ain't gonna lie, and I started doing it, and there's definitely a difference, guys. Trust the process. Of course, we gotta season. I'm gonna season with some salt, black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. We're letting this develop a crust before we flip it. We break it down, and then once we do that, then we're gonna drain it, and then we're gonna do the same thing for the ground chicken, and then after that, we're gonna combine them together. We're gonna do the sauce and everything else. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start to flip. See a little bit of that crust developing. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna break that down. Beautiful. And he uses fresh onions, like a fresh onion for his. I don't have a fresh onion, so I just gotta use some frozen chopped onions. This should do the same, all the same though, you know, so I'm gonna add that to the mix. We'll get all that incorporated. So normally I know when we're doing ground beef for stuff, we break it down to really, really fine, and we go from there. But I think one of the things aesthetically about this particular pasta dish is that the meat isn't as fine grounded. So I'm gonna leave them to a little bit of chunks. If you don't like that, we make yours, that's fine. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add about a tablespoon or a teaspoon or so of garlic paste. You could use fresh garlic cloves or the minced garlic, but I'm gonna go for garlic paste. And I already added seasoning, so I'm not gonna add that, but I will add a little bit of this. Woo, that's a little bit more than I wanted, but it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, that nice MSG that's in chicken bouillon adds extra boost of flavor. So got everything coming together, looking pretty damn succulent if you ask me. And no, I ain't gonna say pause, we'll be talking about food. Can't forget red pepper flakes. I love red pepper flakes. And some Italian seasoning. Get that all up in there. Ooh, that look good, don't it? Lord have mercy. All right, now it's time for the ground chicken. I'm gonna get that going, and we're gonna put our rigatoni pasta noodles in the boiling water. I don't think I've ever cooked with this other than using it for making homemade McChickens from McDonald's. But as far as like cooking it like this, I have not ever really used it, but I can imagine it cooks way faster because it's much leaner than ground beef. So yeah. I'm guessing a little salt and pepper. I'm guessing. No rules in the kitchen. Don't be one of those people like, oh my God, you gotta. No. If you don't get sick from eating someone's cooking, then there's nothing that they did in the cooking process that's wrong. Alright? We'll add just a little bit of this olive oil, just to, it's like a tablespoon worth. So with this, and I probably should have been added this way sooner, I wasn't paying attention, but yes, we season our water with chicken bouillon. You could do salt too if you want to, but rigatoni. We're all greedy in this household, so I figured the original recipe calls for 1 pound, like 1 box of pasta, 1 pound of meat, this, that, and the third. But since everyone in this house is greedy as hell, especially your boy, we're just basically doubling the recipe. It's a lot of pasta. I ain't never cooked that much, but oh well. Looking good, looking good, looking good. All right, so we're gonna turn the heat up and we're about to add, in this case, 2 cups of dried white wine. I have Chardonnay, as y'all seen earlier, so yeah. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna introduce our heavy cream. We're gonna bring it back to a boil. We're gonna let it sit for like maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Let everything kind of settle down. I got the heat reduced down. And then we're gonna add some freshly shredded Parmesan cheese. All right, let's add some Parmesan. Add a little bit more. Stirring that together. Now, obviously, because if this was just 1 pound, I would have been able to fit the noodles and everything in here proper. But because I did 2 pounds of everything and like 2 cups and all that kind of stuff, I'm gonna have to use my backup. The thing I used to, the pot I used to boil the noodles. Yeah. So this isn't even the whole thing. Look at all these noodles on it. Dang. It's called trial and error. Ain't nothing to cry about. It just is what it is. Just is what it is. Then I'm gonna put a little bit just black truffle on there. And there we go, pasta alla nocini. Let's see what it's hitting on. It's different. I haven't had anything like it before, but it's fire. Oh yeah. I don't know if I'll say I like it better than spaghetti, but it's really good. Grown people food. Alright, y'all. That's gonna be it for this video. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Till next time. Peace out. Boy's tired. But yeah, we got the food. You know. No leftovers. Creamy. Delicious. The meat is perfectly seasoned. The pasta. Of course, mine don't look as good as his because he's a professional chef. I was on a restaurant. Been cooking for way longer than me. A lot more trial and error than me, obviously. But if I do say so myself, this is definitely something I want to add into the cooking reserves. And such an amazing touch to add a little bit of truffle oil on top. Because I forget that, you know, adding a little olive oil or whatever when you do like salads or certain like pasta dishes or something, it just brings everything together more uniformly. And this is definitely something that wakes me up to that. And this is probably the first time I've ever had. I probably had rigatoni before, I just don't remember. I never cooked with it, so my first time using it. If I had to rate this though, 9.5. I don't think I understand. This is like that. And I was so serious about being able to finally make this and try it for myself. I ain't eating none all day with my little morning walk. I'm just contemplating. Got my baby a seafood boil. What a beautiful day. It's raining outside now, but what a beautiful, beautiful day. I don't like mushrooms. I know they say mushrooms is not the same as truffles, but they're like similar or something, I guess. I don't know. But the little truffle oil add a little extra little dimension of flavor. And I wish I would have discovered this when I was still eating pork and stuff, because I definitely would have made it as intended with the Italian sausage and stuff like that. But it's fine. You know, the ground beef and the ground chicken is still pretty good. You get a light sensation of spice because of the red pepper flakes, and go overboard with it. I could definitely add more, if being honest. Also, you got that nice, like, salty and nuttiness you get from the Parmesan. Shout out to Mr. Make It Happen, because I would have never discovered this if it wasn't for me, like, following his channel and watching him, you know, cook and stuff like that. No, they got people who got their discourse about, oh, I'm black, so I don't want to see a white chef and all that dumb crap. Listen, if you can cook, you can cook. That ain't got nothing to do with skin color, I promise you. You think anybody saying, oh man, Gordon Ramsay can't cook because he's white? No. Black people up there running to his restaurant just like everybody else. Just like you got white people running to black people restaurants. You save the foolishness behind for the foolish people and let real people live life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. At least a 9.5 out of 10. Now, sugar-free lemonade hitting like it's supposed to. So I think that's what it is. That I haven't been making it like how I usually do when I make sure it's extra cold and stuff. Not create problems, but I'm about to let this drag on too long. Damn, I got a lot more meaning than I thought. But yeah, made this pasta alla norcina. This is gonna be in a conversation with the Alfredos, spaghettis, and things of that nature. Whew. But for real this time. That's gonna be a fifth video. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Until next time. Peace out.